Yeah, hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my new tutorial. This is web.studio Richter, and today we're gonna talk about some basics of CSS centering, specifically horizontal centering. So let's begin with some scaffolding of the HTML. We will create a div container with the ID container, that we can talk to it from CSS later on. And in this container I will make 3 div containers as well. So, and the last one as well, a div. And I will give these divs some IDs specifically. So let's make it 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so the first div container I want to leave empty. The second div container I will fill with some inline elements, like for example a span, where we will input some simple text. Pardon. Span hello world span, and another inline element like the image element. So we will give it some source from, let's make it a place kitten image. .com, and let's make it kind of small so that it will fit into our little boxes. So, and in the third div container we will make a text block, so a p tag. Let's make it just here a hello world as well. Okay, so that's all about it when it comes to HTML already. So let's enter now the CSS panel, and we will start first with some fixing of compatibility issues. So whenever you are dealing with centering and positioning horizontally, you should make sure that the body and the HTML tags of your document are margin and padding 0. So this is just to make sure that there won't be any problem with all the browsers like the old IE8 or so on. So to make something visible where we can center our div containers relatively to, we will style now the container on its own. So we call the ID and make here some height of, let's say, 500 pixels. That's not important at all now, as we are just centering horizontally, and give it a width of 100%, so it will fill all this small space here for the HTML. And give it a background, for example some kind of a gray here now. Let's make it in hex. Okay, so now we can follow on with styling our div containers inside the container, the main container. So 1, 2 and 3, and let's give them some height of 150 pixels and a width of 150 pixels. So now we will make some specific colors fastly. So I will pause this video just for the second. Okay, welcome back. As you can see, I just gave some background colors to the 3 containers that we can distinguish them here. And we can now try to start centering the first div container. So this is a block element inside another block element. we know the height and the width of the parent container. This is this one here. So it's quite easy now to center this. We will do this by using the margin property. We will give it a margin left auto and a margin right auto. And you can see already that's about it. This container is now totally fine fixed. Doesn't matter how we are changing the width, the container is always in the middle of the screen. So you can as well make this margin property here like in a one-liner. So you just do the first one, which is for up and down, for top and bottom we make it 0, and for the left and right you just make auto, and you see that's the same as well. Now we will continue with the image element. The image element is actually an inline element, so we cannot do this margin right and margin left auto normally, but we can of course always make the image element a block element. So let's just do it. We can give it like this, property display block, and now we can use margin left auto and margin right auto, and you see the image is already as well centered horizontally. If you have a look, when I switch off the display block, the image will switch to the left side. So that's working with the image element. How is it now with the span element, which is as well an inline element? So you cannot do this way. If you want to center this element, you have to give the parent container a tex-align center, and you see the span will switch to the center. You can as well see that this tex-align for the parent is as well working for the image element, which is an inline element, and we don't do any changes here. So this tex-align for the parent will center all the inline elements in this container. Okay, so let's focus now on the text block which we are having in the third container. We will just give this text block, as it is already a block element, the text align center, and you see we are having the same effect. You can do it as well already on the parent container, and pardon, no, I broke it. Here it is, and it will center as well the same way. Okay, so that's all about it actually when we are coming to the basics of this CSS horizontal centering. You just have to keep in mind if you are dealing with block elements or inline elements, and if you know the dimensions of these elements, because that's actually the most important thing. Because if you don't know the dimensions, then you have to deal it in a different way. I will give a tutorial on these topics in the next time. So I hope you learned something this time. I'm always looking forward for your comments, and if you need some help or if you find something unclear still, just let me know and we try to fix this. Okay, goodbye.